Welcome everyone to episode 33 of United City Randomiser. Since the last time we were together when we played Wolfsburg, we've played 3 games and it's not been fabulous, to be honest. The reason that this game was so weird in terms of its scoreline against a lesser side in the division was we got a player sent off in the first half. Sifladis got sent off quite early on and we just weren't at the races then for a good chunk of the middle part of the game. We came back into it in the later part of the game when we really tried to press them as much as we could. But down to 10 men, we succumbed to a very heavy defeat, which was really unfortunate because before that we'd been doing very well. And then it just knocked our confidence and our momentum a bit. And we came and played another game against Cologne and we just didn't play well. We just had hardly any chances, hardly any opportunities. We tried every which way we could to try and get something out of the team and they just weren't having it on that particular game. So after that game I brought them in for extra training and told them I wasn't impressed. Came out and played a much better game against Borussia Mönchengladbach, for goodness sake, Borussia Dortmund, and got a decent 2-1 win. In the last minutes or so of the game we found the winner and I think we deserved it. We played very well in that particular game. But today, that brings us to Bayern Munich again. We've had so many ups and downs with Bayern Munich, so many huge score lines, mostly against us, to be fair. So we'll see what we can do today. Because we've had issues with them in the past, we're going to be playing our counter-attack style of football. So we're going to try and draw them onto us a bit and try and counter-attack them on the break. So the team that we've put out is going to be Greitbust in goal, Cruiser at right back, Heiss at left back, Kempf and Omaru. Then the midfield of Burnich, Elneny and Gravenberch. Malcolm on the right, Wilson on the left and Fabio up front. Fabio is improving a little bit. You can see in his stats he's upped his finishing and stuff since when we got him in at the beginning of the season. So at his age you can see where the improvements are beginning to show up. So I'm going to give him a run of games and see if he can improve his scoring for us over the next couple of games. Just before we go into the game, what those 2 losses have meant is that we have dropped back a little bit from the leaders of the division. Leipzig now are in top spot. But we're still in 4th. We're still, holding on to the coattails of the people above us. We've got a couple of, a few teams below us that are quite close as well. So it's still very, very tight in the top 7 or 8 so far this season. I think that might continue for a little while yet. But yeah, so we've got Bayern Munich. I think we're going to probably struggle with them again because we often do. But on the counter-attack style, we'll see whether we can try and sneak a 1-0 win maybe. But if we could keep the scoreline down this particular occasion compared to some of the other games we played against them, then I'll be reasonably happy. So yeah, let's get into the game and see what happens. So rather than making like grandiose promises about, let's go and win this one and I expect you to win and stuff, all I've asked them to do is show me what they can do today in an assertive way. So I'm trying to get something out of them that, to be honest, the team talk didn't seem to get really. They all listened, but nothing was particularly great in terms of motivating them. So we'll leave it there and we'll go into the game and see if our counter-attacking style on this particular occasion can gift us something. So we're at home, which helps. We might use a couple of other tactics and formations later in the game depending on what's happening in the game. You can see immediately they've taken advantage of possession, which is kind of what we would expect. But can we find a way to counter-attack them and use some pace on the width maybe of our team to get 1 or 2 opportunities, and then we've just got to be clinical to take the opportunities that we get. You can see they've already got a couple of yellow cards and an injury that helps us as the game moves further on into the second half later. But so far, 21 minutes gone. You've got to be happy with a 0-0 at this point in the game, and limited highlights, no highlights should I say, means that we're doing our job. We're stifling them as much as we can. They've got more of the opportunities at goal than we have, and they've got more possession, but we're doing okay. Here's an opportunity for us to come forward. Wilson on the left sends it back to Kempf, who a nice ball out to Heiss wide left. Can he get an opportunity to get a cross in? No, we move it centrally. Is there a foul there? I think there was, yes. So the referee's gone to look at the footage. It seemed to be a foul. Are we going to get a card against the opposition player maybe? I would kind of hope so. In the context of where we are on the football pitch, that's not a bad opportunity to get a strike on goal maybe. So what's the referee's decision? It was only a yellow card offence, so there was no sending off, which is what he was looking for, I guess. But it does give us a decent opportunity for a free kick. So with the free kick, are we going to shoot or are we going to put it in for other players? Wilson on the ball, he has a go at goal, but it hits the side netting and didn't really trouble the goalkeeper at all. But yeah, they're building up their yellow cards, which, you know, maybe we can take advantage of that later. But, you know, we've had a couple of attempts at goal. They've had many more than we have, but their possession stats suggest why that is, really. And it's not our way of playing in this particular match to dominate that at all. We're going to have to be patient and try and stifle them and then catch them on the counter-attack. So that's half-time and 0-0. I'm reasonably happy with that. It was a dull first half, but that's kind of what I was looking for. I'm a bit fed up of these like 5 and 7 sort of goals against us, against Bayern Munich. It's not good enough. So assertive will say, I'm pleased with how things are going, keep it going, and they're happy with that, which is what they should be. This is against Bayern Munich, for goodness sake. They're by far the toughest game that we ever come across, really, when everybody's fit and healthy through the division. They've got the best players. Here, a corner kick for us. Gravenberch on the corner kick shot, on the volleyed shot, should I say? But it goes slightly wide of the goal, which, you know, decent corner kick routine though. And again, we had an opportunity, which is really positive. I think our possession stats are a bit better than I expected them to be, which is, you know, okay by me. We might go and do a bit of a change of personnel in a minute or two, just to see if we can get some fresh legs. You can see that Silva and Malcolm specifically aren't having the best of games up the top of our attacking movement, so we might change them. So yeah, let's go in and do that. I am going to change those two. Malcolm for Gundogdu, who's come on and done really well recently. He's definitely improving. Is one of our youngsters, so that's really positive. Gravenberch has got a 68 in terms of conditioning, so we're probably going to have to take him off as well, so Marin can come on. Defensively, we've got a couple of slightly lesser ratings there than I would like, but you know, we are holding firm, so that's fine. I'll leave them to carry on. Excuse me. I don't really want to change anything in terms of our style of play at this point, because, you know, we're holding a really good scoreline against Bayern Munich, so that would be silly to change. They nab the ball in their midfield area and come charging at us at 100 mile an hour, it seems. Edge of the box, can they get a shot away? They do, and it's a goal. Kimmich. They charged down the left-hand side here originally and got a decent opportunity in the box and then worked it very well. You know, that was a poor cross, but the ball came to Kimmich on the edge of the area, and after a 1-2, he opened up the space for himself and put the ball in the back of the net. Really a bit disappointing that we weren't closer to him in terms of our style of counter-attacking. And now we've got something to think about, really, because the last thing I want to do is just let the game drift away. So we are going to have to change now. They've made it so we have to come out and have a go at them, because, you know, we don't want to lose the game. So we will go to the Gegenpress, and we'll just rearrange these players into the positions that they need to be in. No, that's better the other way around, isn't it? That's the better way to do it. So yeah, that's what we're going to finish the game with, I suspect. And see if we can really kind of charge them down a bit more and gain the ball a bit higher up the pitch, and see if we can get an opportunity or two at goal. Here's an opportunity for a free kick. Gundogdu puts it in. Marin with the ball on the side of the area, back out to Gundogdu, who puts the cross in, but is a poor one. Gets a second opportunity, shoots at goal, but puts it over the top. So, you know, opportunities there, but the quality wasn't quite there on that particular occasion from Gundogdu. But, you know, he's still learning his trade a little bit as a 17, 18-year-old, I think he is, somewhere around there. And, you know, he's not shy at having a go at, you know, the goal when he gets an opportunity, which is positive. It looks like we're going to lose 1-0, hopefully, as at the worst in this particular match. If we can get maybe 1 foot in here and get one quick attempt at goal, maybe. But time's ticking, and it looks like it's going to be the end of the game. Yep, there's the final whistle. To be honest, that's an improvement on where we've been recently, isn't it? I mean, we had, what, a 7-3 and a 5-1 and a 4-1 or whatever it was. And too many big high-scoring games against Bayern Munich. So yes, we lost, but it was a better performance, I think, to hold them to that type of scoreline. So we'll go and not be too hard on them. I can't fault any of the performance. It was just one of those days that, keeps the confidence up, which we really need after a bit of a bad run of form recently. So we'll go and check out what that's done to the table. Most teams around us are on 14, couple below us on 13, so they could kind of catch up to us if they get decent results. But we're still in the mix, and that's fine. We're still in the mix to, if I can sort of claw on to being sort of 4 points-ish away at the most from a fourth spot for the next month or so, then that's not too bad for where we ultimately want to finish, which is somewhere in the top 6, really. That's the aim for the season. So all in all, not too bad. What do they say about the game? City defeated. Okay, fine. Yeah, nothing specific there. And that will basically do it for this particular episode. Let's go in and see what's coming up and see what the next game will be for us. So we've got December coming up. So I will probably come back and play the Hamburg game to end the calendar year and the first half of the playing season. So that will be the next opportunity for us to play together. Till then, I've got Eintracht Frankfurt and Augsburg, and I'll try and get a couple of decent results from there. They would potentially be winnable games, you'd hope, and hopefully end 2021 with a couple of good wins to set us going into 2022. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Hamburg next. I'll see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed the video, then click a like on it. If you're enjoying the series, why not click a subscribe on the channel and keep up to date with the videos. But over all of that, obviously always the case and always will be the case. I just appreciate your company. So thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next episode on the United City Randomiser. Bye for now. Thanks very much for watching this episode of the United City Randomiser save. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the like button, as that would really help me. If you think you know anyone who would really enjoy my Football Manager content, then feel free to share this with them. But most importantly, if you would like to join my United City here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my video releases. If you have anything you want to say about the United City save or the channel itself, then feel free to leave a comment below, but please try and be nice with each other. That'll do for today, so until next time, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you soon.